Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I want to show you an eggplant dish that is so versatile and it's such a great thing to make in the summertime. I just love this. All that it is eggplant marinated in a balsamic vinaigrette. And here's what you do. I'm just going to cut the top and bottom off. I've washed this eggplant, so I'm going to keep the skin on, but that's up to you. And cut these long strips in about 1/2 inch thick pieces. That's 1 centimeter. And then you can just put these right on a sheet pan. Now, what I do with these end pieces, because that is a little too much skin for what I want to use, so I will very carefully just kind of peel this off. And I do that by holding my hand right over the skin, and as I'm sawing, I can feel exactly where the blade of the knife is, and just take that off. Next step, very easy, olive oil. This time of year, a lot of people have plenty of eggplant because they grow it and don't know what to do with it, and this is a great way to use it up. There are different ways that you can cook these. You can put them on a sheet pan as is at an oven temp between 450 to 500, that's 230 to 260 Celsius. In that range, what will happen is they will get brown. In about 3 minutes, you can flip them over as soon as they're golden brown, and then just do the other side and you're done. You could do this under the broiler. The broiler is what some people call an indoor grill. It's that top rack of your oven. You can put it under there. You can put it on the grill outside, and that's what I'm going to do. But first, olive oil, salt, and pepper makes everything delicious. So anything you put on the grill, just olive oil, salt, and pepper, and you will have a delicious meal. And I'm sprinkling this from up high. This is called making it rain. And it's a technique whereby you can see it better with the pepper. If I pepper something down here, you see it's very focal. But if I do it from up high, it's a better broadcasting of the seasoning. This will be cooked over direct heat for, like I said, about 3 minutes per side. As soon as it browns, I'm going to flip it. I will hit the second side with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then bring it in, and I'll show you the next step. This took about 3 minutes on each side. So now we have this eggplant that we're going to marinate. And here's how you make the marinade. I'm using this measuring cup to make a vinaigrette. So I'm going with 4 ounces, 1/2 cup. That was an extra virgin olive oil. And this is balsamic vinegar. This is going to be 1/4 of a cup, 4 tablespoons. So that was 50 milliliters on balsamic vinegar. Now I'm going in with 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using a kosher salt. I usually don't measure. And I have a few cloves of garlic. What I'm going to do with the garlic, I don't really want a heavy garlic flavor in here, but I do want the oils from the garlic to permeate the dressing. So what I'm going to do is just crush these cloves. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And these are going in whole, just like that. Just peel the paper off, put those in, and that will give a nice flavor to this. And then instead of having to eat them, you won't have garlic breath and you just pluck them out if they get in your way. Then the next thing I'm doing is I have some basil. This will be about 2 tablespoons when it's minced. And I also have parsley. The parsley was frozen, that's why it looks a little darker. I have about 1 tablespoon of that. I'm going to put that right in the middle of all of these leaves. Then I'm going to roll this up like a cigar. Keep it tight and you roll it. Chiffonade is a French term that means chiffon-like. When you cut like this, what you're doing is cutting this into tiny little ribbons, and they really are rather chiffon-like. They're very delicate. These little ribbons is what is called your chiffonade. So this goes into this measuring cup that I have here. You just mix it all up. I'm using the back of the knife, the spine of the knife to scrape the board, not the blade. I know you see that on TV. It drives me crazy. But then they have money to get their knives sharpened every day, right? I'm not going to pay for that. So here we go. I like using a loaf pan. You don't have to. You can certainly use an airtight container for this. You can cut these up however you want, but I thought I would show you on this one. The first thing that you do is you put just about a tablespoon or so in the bottom. This is all mixed up now. I'm going to layer, see how beautifully that fits? That's why I like a loaf pan for this. But we're doing one layer of eggplant. Put that on top. And just layer this until all of the dressing, till you run out of dressing and eggplant. Another great way to marinate this is you could just put this all in a plastic bag. This is just the way I started doing it, and so that's what I do. Any way you want to marinate it, you can let this go for 1 hour and up to 24 hours before you use it, which is really nice because it's a great do-ahead, and I'll show you how to use this in just a minute. Now I'm ready to show you my favorite way to use this marinated eggplant. Now, as I said, this is a great do-ahead. You can do it days in advance if you like. Bring a salad to work, throw this on top of your salad, use the dressing to dress your salad. It is fantastic. You can add this to an appetizer or an antipasto platter. It's delicious. I love this sandwich that I'm about to show you. Now, this comes with a warning. It's so delicious that once you eat this, when you go out to a deli and you get a sandwich and you think it's really going to be good, it's just going to pale by comparison. There's so much flavor in this. So let me show you what I do. I'm cutting off just a piece of baguette. Open it up. And I'm just going to remove some of this dough. Not all of it, but you certainly don't need that. That becomes breadcrumbs, that goes into meatballs, and the rest of this is, now you have a doughy side right here, and you have a side that's very thin. It's a nice thin shell, and that is going to hold all of this goodness. I'm going to take some of this balsamic dressing, and instead of using mayonnaise or mustard, just pour this dressing over the bread. It's got a hint of garlic, basil, parsley. If you have pesto in your house, this is a great use for it too. Throw that in there. And you can certainly cut these pieces into strips if you like. I'm just going to lay that right down there. Look at all these herbs on here. And tear some and put that in. Now the rest of what I have is, I made some roasted bell pepper. I have another video for that, but this is what's going on here along with the eggplant. Tomatoes would be a great addition. I have these oil cured olives, and all that you do, very easy, just smash that, give it a little hit, and you can take this seed right out. Very easy. And then just sprinkle a few of those over here. These are all pits removed. You can chop this if you want. I'm not going to bother. And how about some goat cheese? You have tanginess from the vinegar, but balsamic is a sweet vinegar. So you want to keep a little tang somewhere in the sandwich. It'll be a nice complement to the balsamic vinegar, which is rather sweet. I have some ham, which I just carved. This is all looking so good. These beautiful bell pepper, some red ones, some yellow ones. You want to eat the rainbow. This is some beautiful arugula. Another little drizzle to dress this beautifully, and that's the sandwich. You're going to have to take the back of a knife, press it in, push everything in there. This is such a delicious sandwich. Let me just take a little bite. Here you have the eggplant, beautiful peppers, a little bit of meat, some cheese, and that beautiful green arugula. Let me take a bite. That is so good. The pepperiness from the arugula with the sweetness from the balsamic and the sweetness of the peppers, and then just juxtaposed by the goat cheese, the beautiful bread. This is a really great sandwich. I hope you try this. I hope you try doing this eggplant. I think once you start playing around with this, you will love this recipe and want to keep it all summer long. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.